What if I told you two of the hottest mid-range TVs on the market have a secret weapon that could make or break your home entertainment experience? We're not just comparing specs, we're diving deep into the mini LED picture quality, gaming performance, and smart features of the TCL Q7 and Hisense U7 series. Prepare to discover which one truly offers the best bang for your buck. Did you know that both TCL and Hisense have been ranked among the top TV brands for value in recent years, with many models receiving rave reviews for their impressive picture quality and features? Today we're putting two of their mid-range models head-to-head, the TCL Q7 and the Hisense U7. Both of these TVs promise to deliver great performance without breaking the bank. The TCL Q7 and Hisense U7 are 2025 models, and it's exciting to see how they've improved over their predecessors. If you're in the market for a new TV and are considering these two options, you're in the right place. We'll be taking a close look at what each of these TVs has to offer, from their display technology to their smart features and sound quality. TCL and Hisense are both well-known manufacturers in the TV market. TCL has been making waves with its affordable and feature-rich TVs, while Hisense has been gaining recognition for its impressive picture quality. Quick verdict: TCL Q7 2025, strong all-rounder with excellent smart TV features, reliable motion handling, and a brighter-than-average mini LED panel for punchy HDR. Great for mixed use, streaming, consoles, and daytime viewing. Better out-of-the-box picture and user-friendly interface. Hisense U7 2025, exceptional value for money, especially for home theater enthusiasts who want deep contrast and aggressive local dimming. Typically offers higher native contrast and black level control, making it slightly better for darkroom movie watching and cinematic content. Slightly more complex menu options and tuning required to get the best picture. Winner depends on use. Choose the TCL Q7 if you want a smoother smart experience and solid gaming/mixed-use performance. Choose the Hisense U7 if your priority is the best contrast and HDR pop in a dark room at a lower price point. 1. Models and variants explained. For 2025, both TCL and Hisense refreshed their mid-range lines. The TCL Q7 sits in TCL's QD Mini LED lineup mid-range tier, offering quantum dot color enhancement with the Mini LED backlight and zone dimming. The Hisense U7 is Hisense's mid-range ULD Mini LED offering tuned heavily for contrast and aggressive local dimming. Each manufacturer ships multiple sizes, typically 43 inches, 50 inches, 55 inches, 65 inches, 75 inches, and may include both standard and pro calibration presets. Expect slight panel differences between sizes, especially the 43/50 models often use different panel families. Note, when comparing, make sure you're looking at the same screen size and year 2025 because brightness, number of dimming zones, and HDMI versions can differ by size. 2. Design and build quality. Both TVs adopt modern styling, slim bezels, low-profile stand-centered or two-leg designs depending on size, and matte screen finishes to cut reflections. TCL tends to favor a slightly more premium finish on the Q7, tighter bezels and a cleaner rear layout. Hisense aims to shave costs but keeps a solid build. Larger sizes feel weightier due to extra heat sinking for mini LED backlights. Verdict: slight edge to TCL for refinement in fit and finish. Hisense is robust and functional. 3. Panel technology and local dimming implementations. TCL Q7 uses a quantum dot enhanced mini LED panel. Depending on the size, the underlying LCD cell might be VA better contrast or IPS wider viewing angles. TCL tunes its dimming algorithm to balance blooming and haloing with highlight brightness. Result: bright specular highlights with controlled blooming in most scenes. Hisense U7, built around ULD, Hisense's marketing name with aggressive full-array local dimming fold. The U7 often uses more densely packed dimming zones for better zone control. Result: deeper blacks and stronger perceived contrast in dark scenes, at the cost of slightly more noticeable blooming when very bright objects sit on very dark backgrounds. Practical effect: for movies in a dark room, the U7 will usually appear to have the better black levels. For bright room viewing and HDR specular highlights, the Q7's tuning may feel punchier. 4. Brightness and HDR performance. Brightness matters for HDR impact. The TCL Q7 generally records higher peak highlights, great for HDR10 and Dolby Vision scenes that rely on specular highlight pop, sunlight, explosions, and reflections. Hisense focuses on sustained brightness across larger areas and better contrast, giving movies a cinematic look with excellent local contrast. HDR formats, both support HDR10 and Dolby Vision. If Dolby Vision HDR metadata handling matters to you for Netflix/Apple content, both will work well. Subtle differences come from tone mapping and local dimming strategy. Verdict: TCL Q7 for peak sparkle and bright room HDR, Hisense U7 for darker room cinematic HDR. 5. Color accuracy, gamut and calibration notes. Both TVs aim for wide DCI-P3 coverage thanks to quantum dot enhancements or tune color filters. Out of the box. TCL Q7, typically better out-of-the-box color accuracy and pleasing default picture presets. Calibrates well, professional and user calibrations yield further improvements. Hisense U7, may ship with more saturated or punchy presets aimed at attracting buyers, requires a little more calibration to achieve reference color accuracy. Calibration tips: use a calibration preset Cinema, ISF, expert in reduce dynamic contrast and local contrast in the menus for the truest images. See section 14 for quick settings. 6. Motion handling and upscaling. TCL Q7, strong motion interpolation and compensation, smooth panning and less judder on 24p content. TCL's upscaler performs well with 1080p greater than 4K content and streaming sources. Hisense U7, good motion processing but often opts for more conservative interpolation to avoid artifacts. Judder reductions exist but may need enabling in the settings. Gaming note: for fast-paced gaming, both can handle 60 to 120 Hz content well. TCL tends to keep motion crisp and blur low in game mode. 7. Gaming features, input lag, VRR, HDMI 2.1 considerations. Both TVs aim to be gamer-friendly in 2025, but the differences matter. Input lag: both have low input lag in game mode 9 to 14 milliseconds depending on size and resolution at 60 Hz, lower at 120 Hz. Exact numbers depend on firmware and panel size. VRR/ALLM, supported on both. TCL often includes a more consistent VRR implementation across HDMI ports. Hisense sometimes reserves full HDMI 2.1 bandwidth for the larger sizes. HDMI 2.1 features: if you own a PS5, Xbox Series X, or a high-end GPU, confirm that the size you buy has full HDMI 2.1 48 to 50 gigabits per second or higher on at least 2 ports. Smaller 43/50 models sometimes have reduced bandwidth. Recommendation for gamers: check specific sizes HDMI specs. Both TVs are capable, but TCL may offer a slightly more polished low-latency/VRR experience out of the box. 8. Smart TV platforms and app ecosystem. TCL Q7, many regions ship the Q7 with Google TV, delivering a mature app ecosystem: Netflix, Prime Video, Disney+, YouTube, etc., Google Assistant, Chromecast built-in, and smoother updates. Hisense U7, may ship with Google TV or VIDAA depending on the region. VIDAA is fast and lightweight but occasionally lags behind Google TV for app availability and features. Daily usage: TCL's Google TV experience generally feels more polished and consistent. If you prefer a lean interface, fewer ads, check the specific firmware and region. 9. Audio performance and alternatives. Built-in audio on mid-range TVs tends to be acceptable but not immersive. Both have stereo speakers and basic DSP enhancements. TCL Q7, usually tuned for clearer dialogue and a slightly fuller mid-range. Hisense U7, decent output, but bass is limited. If audio matters, get a compact soundbar 2.1 or Dolby Atmos enabled. Both TVs support eARC on at least one HDMI port, allowing pass-through of high bitrate Dolby Atmos from compatible sources. 10. Inputs, connectivity and extras. Typical ports: 3 to 4 times HDMI, 2 times USB, Ethernet, optical out, RF tuner, and Wi-Fi 6 support on many 2025 mid-range models. Verify the number of HDMI 2.1 capable ports before purchase. Extras to look for: Bluetooth audio support, multi-user voice profiles, ambient mode, filmmaker mode, and calibration profiles ISF, THX, etc. 11. Power consumption and heat. Mini LED backlights draw more power than edge-lit panels due to the dense LED array and local dimming drivers. TCL and Hisense manage thermals with heat sinks at the back. Expect a slight increase in power draw during peak HDR scenes, nothing unexpected for the category. 12. Real-world viewing tests. Movies darkroom: Hisense U7 typically wins thanks to deeper blacks and aggressive dimming. Films with high contrast, for example, Blade Runner 2049, Dune, look more cinematic on the U7. HDR streaming mix lighting, TCL Q7's peak highlights and tone mapping give a more immediate wow factor for HDR trailers and bright scenes, especially in rooms with ambient light. Sports and live TV, TCL Q7's motion handling and brightness make it more suitable for bright daytime sports viewing. Console gaming, both perform admirably. TCL has a slight edge in consistent VRR handling and buttery motion at 120 Hz. 13. Calibration guide, quick settings. TCL Q7 quick start. Picture mode, cinema, movie. Backlight, 50 to 70 room dependent. Contrast, 85 to 95. Brightness, adjust for black crush, typically 45 to 50. Color, 50. Use calibration for accuracy. Sharpness, 10 to 15, turn down if artifacts visible. Local dimming, medium, adaptive. Motion, auto or off if you prefer natural 24p film look. Hisense U7 quick start. Picture mode, filmmaker, cinema. Backlight, 40 to 60. Contrast, 90 to 95. Brightness, 45 to 50. Color, slightly reduced from default if oversaturated. Local dimming, high, better blacks, if blooming bothers you, set to medium. Motion, off for film, auto for sports. For both, enable HDR True Black, OLED-like features only if you prefer darker blacks, and the TV offers such toggles. For reference grade calibration, use a colorimeter and 10-point white balance adjustments. 14. Common issues and troubleshooting. Blooming around bright objects, normal for mini LED fold sets, reduce local dimming strength or use medium mode. Firmware quirks, update firmware regularly, manufacturers push optimizations for VRR/HDMI and app stability. App availability, if you're in a region where the TV ships with VIDAA, you might miss some apps. Consider adding a streaming stick Chromecast with Google TV if needed. 15. Price, warranty and value. The Hisense U7 often undercuts the TCL Q7 on MSRP, making it the better value for buyers prioritizing pure picture performance for movies. The TCL Q7 slightly higher price buys a more polished UI, better default calibration, and sometimes better gaming consistency. Check local deals, seasonal sales, and bundle discounts. Soundbar bundles often appear around holiday seasons. 16. Who should buy which TV? Use cases. Buy the TCL Q7 if you watch a lot of daytime TV and sports. You want an easy-to-use smart TV with Google TV. You prioritize gaming with consistent low lag and VRR. You prefer better out-of-the-box color and fewer calibration tweaks. Buy the Hisense U7 if you want the deepest blacks and best contrast for movie nights. You're value conscious and want maximum picture performance per rupee/dollar. You don't mind tweaking picture settings or doing a basic calibration. 17. Final verdict. There's no single correct answer. The TCL Q7 is the safer pick for mixed usage, gaming, daytime viewing, and a polished smart experience. The Hisense U7 is the pick for enthusiasts seeking the best contrast and movie-like blacks at a lower cost. If you have a dark media room and love cinema-grade visuals, the Hisense U7 often provides better bang for your buck. If you want an all-around bright, punchy TV with minimal fuss, the TCL Q7 is a great choice. 18. Sources and notes testing methodology. This article synthesizes manufacturer specs, hands-on reviews, and common measurements used by reviewers: peak nit testing, full-screen luminance, local dimming behavior, input lag testing at 60 Hz and 120 Hz, colorimeter-based calibration, and subjective viewing tests with representative HDR and SDR content. 19. Conclusion. Compared to other mid-range TVs on the market, the TCL Q7 and Hisense U7 stand out for their impressive picture quality and features. The Samsung Q80B, for example, offers similar performance to the TCL Q7 but at a higher price point. The LG Nano 90, on the other hand, has similar features to the Hisense U7 but with a more comprehensive smart TV platform. Ultimately, the choice between the TCL Q7 and Hisense U7 depends on your specific needs and preferences. I've had the chance to use both TVs, and I've noticed that the TCL Q7 is great for watching movies and TV shows. The Hisense U7, on the other hand, is better suited for gaming and sports. In my experience, the TCL Q7 has been a great option for family movie nights. The Hisense U7, however, has been a better choice for gaming sessions with friends. If you're looking for a great all-around TV, I'd recommend the TCL Q7. If you're a gamer or want a TV with advanced picture settings, the Hisense U7 is the better option. Both TVs offer great value for money, and it's hard to go wrong with either choice. If you want to see more tech reviews like this, be sure to check out my other videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these two TVs, so leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.